Thanks for tuning in to Steel City Football, the 4-1-2. It's a great day to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Let's jump right in. So there's been a lot of talk about Roman Wilson. Where is Roman Wilson? How is Roman Wilson doing? Will Roman Wilson be the number 2 receiver? And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have no idea if he's going to be the number 2 receiver. From the way things look, he seems to be doing great. He seems to be recovered from injury. But let's hear Roman Wilson get interviewed, and we'll go from there.
Stayed late today to make some extra catches. Just how much does that help, in the day-to-day for your game?
Yeah, it's early in the season. I'm trying to get a head start. I missed a lot of time, so just put in a lot of work.
How are you feeling now, 5 days in to OTAs?
Pretty good, really good. Just looking forward to day 6. I feel good.
Seems like you're getting a lot of compliments this week. You hear from the coaches about your routes and how much sharper you are. How much have you seen that show in just the practices? How much do you feel like you've gotten better since last year?
I feel like I got a lot better. The coaches did a great job helping me develop, and I think you can see it. I feel good.
Robert Wood said last week that the wide receiver room is grimy. What does being a grimy wide receiver room mean to you?
Just getting out the mud. That's how I like to think about it.
Is that something that you embrace as a part of your game, as a part of your identity?
Get out the mud? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, what about it?
Yeah. I mean, what does that add to have a wide receiver room that has that mentality?
Somebody that wants it more than other people, I feel like. Robert Woods has been a great addition to this receiver room. He's a great guy. Brings a lot of different point of views and things that I haven't really been around. So it's cool to see that.
How's Coach Azzani's personality fit into that?
Coach Azzani's a definition of get out the mud, real grimy, real hard worker. He likes to say RDA, but he's a dog. I'm really grateful for him.
What's RDA?
You're going to have to ask
Oh,
that.
okay.
You gotta
I
ask
got
that.
you.
I know what it means, but
Okay, I understand.
How much of it is your work with him that has led to the
Say,
improvement?
one more time.
How much of the work with Coach Azzani has led to what we're seeing? Like anything specific that's really led to the better routes?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last time. Just keep my hip lows, being having good bursts in and out of my breaks, staying low, using my arms coming in and out of my breaks, my releases, using my hands in my releases too. Just there's a lot of work that he's helped me out with, and again, I'm very grateful for him.
How much of that stuff is the stuff that not everyone does, or like is just doing the extra things that maybe not every wide receiver does because they overlook it so much?
I can't speak on anyone else. I'm just really focused on what I can do, and that's about it.
Roman, some talk right now about Gabe Davis potentially coming in. We talked to Calvin about it. He said, look, this was a narrative that we had to deal with all of last year, so it's nothing new to you guys. Is that kind of...
I'm going to say the same thing.
Yeah, is that kind of the same mentality?
I mean, I'm welcome with open arms, but I can't speak on it, so it's cool though.
Does that motivate you, though? That they want to bring somebody else in? Or?
Not at all. Not at all. My biggest motivation is myself, so I don't really care.
Like a room, like a chip on its shoulder with a lot to prove? When you guys are in meeting rooms, do you guys feel like underdogs, or you guys got things to prove as a wide receiver room?
Again, I can't speak for everybody. I wouldn't say I feel like an underdog, but everyone's got something to prove.
Do you feel like there's things being asked to you guys this year that might not have been asked last year, just the second year with Arthur Smith's offense, maybe growth and things that you guys want to do differently this time around?
I can't really speak on that. I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
But again, just like everyone else in the receiver room, whatever they ask us to do, we're going to embrace it.
How much more comfortable do you feel right now with this offense versus last year, just from a comfort?
Yeah, I think I feel pretty good. Put a lot of work in, and just doing everything I can to get better every day. And myself, I feel like I can feel a difference.
You got 3 new quarterbacks. Do you feel like 5 days in, obviously it's still early, but you're kind of build a relationship with those guys and sort of being able to do the sort of silent communication that you need to do to have success with them all?
Obviously I'm building a relationship with them. They're all good guys, and my quarterback, they throw me the ball, so I got to see him every day, every play, so it's cool. It's been cool.
Any Michigan-Ohio State talk between?
Not yet. But
hasn't come up?
not between me and Will, but I'm sure it's in the room. I love Will, though. I love him.
Do you anticipate maybe a 4th quarterback showing up on Tuesday?
I got no clue, bro. I got no clue.
First of all, I want to make it clear I want him to be ultra successful because of his attitude alone and his demeanor. But let's just say hypothetically it goes bad and he's not successful. It's not going to be because of a lack of effort. It's not going to be because of a bad attitude. It's not going to be because he does stupid things on and off the field. And this is the kind of guy, Roman Wilson, that I want to root for, who I want to be excellent, and who I want to do well. So I'll take him every day, all day over George Pickens. You could take that attitude that George Pickens has and take it somewhere else. I cannot stand him. I've made it clear many of times. And I'd rather deal with a player like Roman Wilson, who's doing everything the right way to prove that he deserves to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and the wide receiver number 2. He couldn't be learning from a better guy in Robert Woods. Robert Woods has been a phenomenal number 2 receiver his whole career. And I'm not just like, when I say number 2, I'm not saying he's not good enough to be a 1, but you get what I'm saying. Like, certain guys are in certain slots. Do I think that Roman Wilson can pull it off and be the number 2 receiver? Yes, I do. I think he needs to get stronger in the weight room so he can block on the perimeter. It won't be just a one-trick pony, catching slant passes or, running deep post routes or, big explosive plays. He needs to get stronger in the weight room. I'm sure he's in there every day. I'm sure he's doing every single thing the right way. There was also an article written today in Steelers Depot, legit wide receiver 2, possible buzz around Roman Wilson keeps growing. And I could see why. With his attitude, you want him to be successful. Doing all the right things, putting in all the work. Wide receiver Roman Wilson looks like a chiseled freak this year after missing most of last year, Capoli wrote on X. He is always one of the last ones off the field after practice, so the desire is there. He needs to go into camp on the moving train, and I think he will be just fine. Legit wide receiver number 2 possible. I mean, he does seem to be very lean, obviously. He looks to be in incredible shape. But in my book, you don't get any points for being in shape as a professional athlete. That's your job. You should always be in shape. So I don't put too much stock in that. I like to hear that he's working hard and he's staying after to do extra work after practice. But being in phenomenal shape, that's the way you're supposed to be as a professional athlete. A lot of people will talk about Roman Wilson's height. And remember, who was shorter than him? Antonio Brown. He was obviously a wide receiver number 1. It's not just about size all the time. Movement and explosiveness and awareness are 3 things that never get talked about enough with the elite players, and instincts. If you don't have the instincts and the awareness, it doesn't matter how big you are or how fast you run. You have no clue what's going on, what you're doing, or the situations and why you're doing certain things. The mental part of the game at this level can never be underestimated. And going over some of the number 1 wide receivers in the league, you got Tyreek Hill at 5'8", Steve Smith Sr. at 5'9", Antonio Brown at 5'10". I think that's a bit of a stretch. We could all agree on that. You get the point. Roman Wilson also ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, which is extremely fast. Antonio Brown, I think he ran 4.48, 4.51. So obviously Roman Wilson is a lot faster than Antonio Brown. But again, it's more than just speed. It's more than just catching a football. The awareness, the instincts, it all comes into play, the desire. And that's the most important thing with Roman Wilson. And the most impressive thing, I think he wants it pretty bad. You could show up and you could have all the tools. And if you don't want it and it's not important to you, you're acting like Stephon Diggs doing stupid stuff with Cardi B on a boat somewhere with some pink substance that nobody knows what it is. You understand what I'm trying to indicate. So obviously football is important to Roman Wilson, and I can't wait to see what he does this year. And one of the most impressive rookie seasons that I've ever seen was Lad McConkey for the San Diego Chargers. Roman Wilson really reminds me of that type of player, like a Lad McConkey. Lad McConkey was absolutely unstoppable for the San Diego Chargers last year. And he's not the biggest guy, obviously. He is extremely fast like Roman Wilson, but that is a great comparison for Roman Wilson. If we can get Roman Wilson to look like Lad McConkey or play like him, he could be an absolute steal for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lad McConkey's awareness and his instincts and his ability to read defenses, his football IQ is absolutely outstanding. Listen, I'm here to cover the Steelers, but we all need to hope that Roman Wilson has that type of awareness along with his athleticism. And I'm going to end it with that. Thanks for tuning in to Steel City Football, the 4-1-2.